Thanks.
Oh yeah, that was the first time I'd ever seen your hair natural, and I was like, who is that? Because you had your glasses on and you were on
My
Elle's
TV.
TV. And I was like, that's Kayla.
What is that creature on the TV?
Can I use that as our intro?
Hello and welcome to Formally Informal with Leo and Lane. Let's chat about business tips we wish we knew before launching an LLC, things we're still learning the hard way, and how we try to balance all the adulting things life continues to throw our way. So grab a glass of wine and get comfortable because it's time to get formally informal.
It's pretty bad. I mean, I know, guys. I know.
All right. Hello, Leo Gang. Welcome back to another episode of Formally Informal. I am Paige here with Lindsay and Kayla.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, hello. So we're mixing things up this week, and instead of sharing our highs and lows, we thought it would be fun to share things that we're all working on this week, or goals that we have, maybe our mantra for the week, if you will.
Ooh,
so,
I like that.
Elle, do you want to kick us off with what you have going on this week?
Sure. I think for me, I'm like trying to get my physical health under control, trying to walk more, trying to work out more. I'm just trying to I'm a big appointment person. Like if it's on the calendar, I'll do it. Although sometimes like when that's on the calendar, I'm like, oh, I can skip that, but so I'm just trying to work on like getting that in the calendar and making that a priority. But story of my life. What about you?
If anyone is in Coloma and sees a lady walking with weights,
with two dogs strapped around her waist and weights in her hand. Is that how you walk?
I mean, when no one's watching, like I'll
limiting.
just have them in my hands. But then when I know I'm on like kind of a side street, then I'll start like pumping it up. And I've been doing like these back things. And the dogs I have around my waist, and they're kind of like tethered, so I can be hands-free. So it's a whole ordeal, but
hands-free. That's
I really need to see this. I need to see this.
I mean, you know what?
So I think
I'm getting it in though.
For a joyride.
No, I'm proud of you.
Oh, I'm gonna go take a cruise.
It's like honestly, so it's like a little over 2 miles, my little path. Wow. And I was doing it straight for a good week and a half. And I just thought you know what? I'm like, actually, I plan and look forward to my walks now. How can I step it up? And that's when I added the weights. And I thought look out, America.
Weights, look out, America.
Here comes the Leo. It's
Never
Leo
saw it
season.
coming.
It is Leo season. So what'd you say? I missed the opportunity to manifest this.
I think you have until the 12th. It might not be as strong, but I think you have until the 12th.
What is this calendar?
I did that yesterday.
Okay. Well, I'm going to manifest a hot body and good mental, physical health for me in the coming years.
I'm going to bring up my
manifest.
What
is this? What is this that told you to manifest? Is this a calendar you're following, or what gives us until the 12th? TikTok. Oh. TikTok told me. Okay.
Oh okay. So now
what about you guys?
Don't bother, Al. Don't bother.
You know what? When my stuff comes true.
Touche. I mean, hey, if they say I have until the 12th, then
I think you might. What do you have to lose? That's how I felt.
What do you have to do? Tell us what you did. You write down.
So I wrote down 8 things that I'm grateful for currently. It was all this weird thing with 8s, August 8th, and then.
But August 8th is 8/8.
Right. So that's why that's why it was the most powerful day.
So it's less powerful the closer we get to the 12th.
Yeah.
And then you write down. So she said you do 8 things you're grateful for in time, acting like you already have them, but it's really what you want.
Oh. That's deep. We'll circle back on that another time.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure I know what you just said, but
so I mean, I don't really want to read mine out
loud.
No,
don't read them, but you have to just jot down 8 things you're grateful for, and then 8 things you want to manifest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I wrote like a little paragraph at the end of how I was feeling that day. And then I went on with my eating. Thank you.
Right, well, I know what I'm doing tonight. I don't know about you guys. Right after my walk.
That actually leads into what I'm working on this week. So my friend, for my birthday, she got me the 5-minute journal.
Oh yeah.
My birthday was the end of June, so I've been trying to be good about writing in it, and I just really haven't been. I just like writing it on and off. You're supposed to write in it in the morning, and you wake up and you write 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that would make today great, and then a daily affirmation, which honestly, like, they're kind of hard to come up with sometimes. And I Googled it because I feel like I'm just like, well, it's like every day I wake up and like, I'm grateful for the same thing. So it's like, what are other like dig deep like things that I'm grateful for? So that's been kind of cool. I've been bad at writing at night, like, because I get up in the morning and I have it set on my desk. So I like sit here and I do it before I get into it. But then like, when nighttime comes, I'm just like not in that.
I feel like I'd have all the stuff at night. Like I'd be able to kind of like, if I woke up and tried to do it, I'd be like, I'm grateful for coffee. I'm grateful for like a comfy mattress. Like,
I know. Yeah.
I don't know what would come to mind, but that's
the
cool.
whole thing. This Leo thing is like, it's like, you know what? I'm going to send it to you guys, but it's all about like abundance or something this time around. So like, hopefully we're making moolah.
Abundance of money.
Abundance. I'm down for some abundance. Hey, what about you?
I'm working on, I've really lost my productivity lately. If you guys haven't noticed.
I mean, you have a lot of social distractions in Nashville. I can't blame you.
Yeah, I just like, well, I think actually my thing is when we're not busy, then I'm like demotivated when I know I have stuff to be doing, but it's like, I don't really need to.
Wasn't I just talking about you, Paige, about that?
Mm-hmm.
Is like, you know, it's that we were, right?
Oh yeah. I think we're all going through that right now.
And it's like, how do you find the in between to be like we thrive on being busy and like we love work, but yet you hit burnout because you're doing it too much and you don't have the balance. So then you find a way to include balance, but then you lose that productivity. It's like such a mind F.
Yeah, I definitely thrive like when shit's hitting the fan, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
We try to prevent that, but
it is. I hear you. It's a weird feeling, but it's kind of nice right now.
Yeah. I'm experiencing that honestly here today. Like, I feel like I've like gotten through stuff. I have like little things that keep popping up and I get them done. And then I'm like, okay, like I could work on this reel, but it's not due for like a few more days. So like,
I told Kevin, I was like going to get on Sunday night and I was like, I just got to get on and do that. And I'm like, you know what? I could do that Monday.
Yeah. I know that's the thing too. And like, I think because I'm thinking like, okay, it's only Tuesday. I still have Wednesday. I'll be up at Think Bar tomorrow. So like, how do I fill, because that's a 8 to 5 all day. So like, how do I make sure I have like things to keep me occupied really?
Yeah.
I mean, and like, but it's crazy because like 2 weeks ago, I like didn't have enough hours in the day and I felt like I was working till 6, you know, or like could have kept working all night kind of thing. Whereas like now, like,
yeah, I'm the same way. I'm doing that too.
I have time to do it, so I can like do it tomorrow. I'm at Think Bar, so all day Thursday. Like I can spread things out, but it does make me feel like not as productive with my days as well. So
I know.
Super wild.
Yeah.
I know.
Super
go on a walk.
Super wild. Wild times we're living in.
First world problems.
So for today's episode, and I think internally within our company, we've been talking about the word branding, and what it is, what it takes to like develop your personal brand, what makes a brand stand out, good versus bad, or what have you. So I know this has been a topic we've been talking about as we sort of like restructure our services and stuff a little bit. And it's just something that we're really passionate about. And so we thought this would be kind of a cool episode to share
our thoughts and give some tips and kind of like some fun, like first thoughts on branding back when we didn't really know what social media was yet. So I want to kick this episode off with sort of like a question that we'll deep dive, but sort of a question for everyone to think about. So what is branding? Currently, it's a trendy word, we know, but what is it? But why is it important to understand and recognize what your brand is and what is portraying to future clients, customers, or business partners?
Yeah, I love this because I feel like, and I went through this in college when I was choosing my major. So I majored in, or my degrees in public relations. And I remember it came up a lot of like public relations versus advertising versus marketing versus, and it's like, it's all such a umbrella of things and everything kind of fits into one. So like when we first started doing the work, we're like, it's marketing, it's marketing. And what we've learned over time is like the difference between marketing and branding. And really what we're so good at is branding. And
Right.
I think it's been, what's the word I'm looking for? Like humbling or like, what's the word I'm looking for? When you're like, kind of like gut checking a little bit to be like, wow, like what we went into this anticipating to do is changing. And it kind of, has
I
made
think
us
it was
think a
just like,
lot.
yeah, like a realization, like
Yeah.
realizing, like you brought it up, like there's a difference between branding and marketing. And then like that got everyone else kind of thinking. And I was like, yeah, like I'm attracted to like good brands and I'm passionate about like building brands. Like that's how I like we talk about like a lot of my purchase decisions are from like I find cool brands,
Brand
not
that you
like
admire.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the marketing piece of it, which we kind of talked about, like going like targeting people and going like what is actually marketing? It's like, yeah, I actually don't like that. Like we
Yeah,
don't.
well, and I feel like we've had this pressure, like our clients have come to us with these goals and we've been trying and trying and trying to meet those goals and we keep reinventing the way to get there and like reworking the process to get there. When at the end of the day, it's like when it kind of clicked for us that like we specialize in branding and content creation and marketing collateral and websites and photography and how it all comes together for your brand, then it clicks that like paid marketing will get you sales results, or
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
need that brand foundation in order to go do the marketing efforts then. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's all like, it's like a 3-prong approach then between branding, marketing, and public relations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think too, like something in a lot of this discussion we've been having around brand is our own self brand. Like that's come up a lot. And this sort of unconscious representation that we have, like what is our brand? P, I know you mentioned something about your brand being like happy versus, I love what you said about that, but
Yeah, I know. I think back to when I first downloaded Instagram, like had no idea what it was. Icon was still brown, like the little camera, like back in college or whatever.
all
And
the
I don't know
filters.
what, yeah, all those like wild filters. I still remember the very first picture I posted. We don't need to digress, but I'll tell you really quick now that we're on it. It was a picture of, I thought it was like such an artsy photo of a pile of wood that my dad had cut that was like along our driveway and it was all covered with snow. And I thought that it was like such a cool picture.
Is it
And that's
Still
why
on your profile?
oh
I
God,
hope
no,
it is.
I know I deleted it.
Can you resurface it for the story?
I might be able to find it. Yeah, I might be. But I think like, and I don't really know, maybe like a year or so into it, I really started understanding that like Instagram or like social media in general is about creating a brand. And honestly, I remember my friends like making fun of me for it because I've always been that person like, oh, take my picture. Like, I've just always been like that kind of a person. And they're always like, oh, that's very on brand for you, or like, oh, it's your brand. But like really, like there are certain pictures or things that like I don't share because I'm like, that's just really not the brand
For
that I've
me.
created. Yeah, right.
Even when we graduated college, my professors, and I don't know if this was the same for you guys, but my professors are like, okay, you all have a Facebook account. Like
Yeah.
before you go and apply for jobs, make sure you take off the pictures with red Solo cups and you kind of clean up your thing. And at the time, like, obviously they're professors, they're very well educated, but they were talking about the brand, you know, and I think what we see today is the ability to stalk candidates on social media is right there for you. Like you can go right on and search them and instantly form your own opinion of this person based on their brand.
Or business or like boutique or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how important or like detrimental that can be.
Yeah. Well, and even businesses, like when they come to us, like their poor representation of their brand on social media could be the reason people aren't choosing them. And like every time I travel, I'm like, the first place I go is Instagram. I'm like, where are we going to eat out? Where are we going to, you know, and I'm like, oh, that place doesn't look good. It could be the best restaurant ever. But if I've been turned off by their brand, we're not going to go there.
No, I was actually just doing this because I'm heading down to be with Kayla next weekend down in Nashville. Hey. And I was like, trying to find like a cute, like coffee shop. Like I love to get like a good coffee somewhere. And so I was just like, I Googled a few, and then I was trying like, as based on my Google search, I was pulling up their Instagram, and all of their Instagrams are awful. And I was like, I want like a cute coffee shop, but like aesthetically their Instagrams are like not. And so then I just stopped searching, and I figured I'd ask Kayla, and would figure it out once we got down there. But like just that alone, I'm like, if someone had like a really great brand, their coffee could suck, honestly. But like if their Instagram was like really cute, or had, you know, like their branding was very much like cohesive with you know, the look of their store or whatever, then I would be like, hey, we need to go here when I come down there. But
and that is like the crazy thing, because I bet a lot of the places that you found are like awesome places.
Oh yeah,
like there are so many. And that's the thing, we're like living in a big city, like they also like they probably had a ton of followers. They don't have to like, I mean, they should keep up their brand on social,
you're saying like based on proximity and stuff, they're already
like,
kind of getting
they're getting customers.
But it shows, I think, the missed opportunity, you know, like naturally based on proximity or based on a good product, but brand comes in really as that third wheel to guarantee that you're capturing people who are passionate brand followers, you know. And I think about it too, it's like a service, or it's a product, service, or more of like an ambiance, and then there's personal. So, you know, and you're probably
like on social.
Yeah, like, am I gonna go and meet this person? And we have clients that have books, like our publisher's gonna be attracted to this potential author to publish their manuscript. It's like left and right. It matters across the board.
I think especially like owning a business too. And now that I'm gone and getting more into like the networking phase, like people are going to our business page, first of all, then going to all of our pages. So it does matter. Like people want to see who's running the business and connecting the faces with the business, and then in turn, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You can decide. But
brands matter.
Yeah, and I think too, like imagine if, and this is different because it's the world that we are working in and living in, but like as you know, if someone goes to Leo and Lane and they see Lindsay, they want to like see who's the owner. They click on her, and her Instagram is like poor quality, you know, insta filtered pictures of like her dogs or whatever, you know, like that's just doesn't I feel like that like devalues
the perception like, is reality kind of.
Then like so they're like, so Leo and Lynn looks like this, but like she hasn't even like taken a moment to even like just put a nice photo of herself out there. Like, you know, they're definitely, and I think same for all of us, like, you know, we all share our faces so much for Leo that we have to immediately think that people are going to like be thinking about like looking at like what our profiles look like as well, like who we are.
Yeah, and we
business owner, when
we get compliments even about like our brand, it's because we're honing in on like what really makes our brand, which is us, and it's our, you know, our friendship and things like that. But I found something online, I found an image that kind of broke out what a brand is, and I feel like part of what was included was design and logo. And those are the obvious elements of a brand. But other pieces of the puzzle that came in were like trust, identity, marketing, strategy. So it's like the brand is sort of this big picture idea. And Kaylee, you talk about this a lot, experience, the brand experience. Like, what did you leave that brand? Like, what was your experience with that brand or something?
Yeah, I think it went to like I remember Allie Webb like talking about Dry Bar, and it was all about like how it made the customers feel, like, and with Squeeze, actually with Squeeze maybe too, but like how did they feel after? And then you instantly like connect a good brand with like that feeling or like experience, or just think about like brands you follow or brands that you love. Like, why do you like them? Like you start, it's not like, yes, they might look cool, but then you start to dig, like the design, like you said, isn't the only thing that's affecting that.
Yeah. I also looked up the definition of branding in preparation for this episode. And it says, or something, one of the definitions I found was branding is the process of creating a strong, positive perception of a company and its products in your customer's mind.
Mm.
So, like, do you guys want me to say that again? Branding is the process of creating a strong, positive perception of your company and its products in your customer's mind. Like, to me, I was like, spot on.
Yeah.
That is exactly what it is. And that's what you're going for, because then when you get loyal followers and a genuine customer base, like, not only are they going to buy one product for you, they're going to stay with you for life. They're going to be committed and to partner with you, you know?
Yeah, and support and like reshare your things and tag you when they're at your store, things like that. One thing I wanted to go back on that I thought was a good point was trust being a part of like and I think that goes back to a personal brand, like primarily because it creates that, like, I think of some of like our large like business owners that have like larger companies or what have you. So like putting their face in front of the camera, showing like, this is what I'm going through running my company, just creates so much more, in my eyes, more of a trust in them that like the things that they're sharing are more authentic and believable. You guys so what do you like in your eyes, what do you think your brand is? I know I like wrote mine a little bit, but I think it'd be fun to hear, what do you think yours portray? I know we're all working on them. So like, what do we think it is now? Like, guess what are we working towards?
Do you want to say your thing first, Kay, or are you going to lose it again?
Oh, no, I know what it was.
Okay,
I was gonna, when we were talking about the trust and like brand loyalty, I think is a really big thing these days because markets are so saturated. There are options where people can go to other places. So if you really create that connection with your customer and they continue to purchase from you, then that's huge.
For sure. Yeah. Sorry, P. Back to the brand. I think for me, I mean, I maybe it's obvious, like Leo is kind of my brand. And I brought that into the business name. Like, I always joke that like that is me through and through. Like, I've always been a ham in front of the camera. Like, I always shocker. You know what? You're gonna dig up your first Instagram
honey smoked ham.
No, you guys have never heard the term ham?
I have, but you said that so nonchalant. Like, I'm just a ham in front of the camera.
I think my parents always used to call me that. I'll dig up some old photo videos.
I'm gonna start
some old like family videos. Okay. Anyways, I digress. But I'll dig up. I should dig up some. On your part. Oh, shit. I'll dig up some family videos. But regardless, like I've, liked. I hate like this coming out of my mouth. But I like being the center of attention.
That you do.
And then I'm like semi-bossy, but I think I've been working on that. Do you guys think that I've gotten better?
I think so.
Oh my God, silence. I think of it more as like a leader, but anyways, Leo to me through and through, like,
feedback, not
like for me, it's like optimism, like glass half full, being a leader, like love summertime. I mean, all the things that like embody a Leo, that's kind of my brand. Now, it's kind of a good point that I don't know if that's necessarily the brand that I'm representing on my social. I hope it is, but it's like now I'm going to start to cautiously connect that. But what about you guys?
Pete, have at it.
All right, so I wrote mine out just to like get my thoughts together. So I think, and I do believe this. I know it sounds a little scripty as I read it, but I look at my Instagram and I think it's happy. Like I think I like my brand overall is just like a happy, always like outgoing, always having a good time. I think like the things I share the most are when I am like out and about doing things, like feeling good, whatever. It used to be weddings and events because that's where my career started. And honestly, I think that people got to know me for weddings and events because that I shared it all the time on social, you know, and so that helped me get jobs in that industry. That helped, you know, like even get a few like weddings of my own when I wasn't working for a company. So I think, you know, that definitely was part of it. I'm hoping that it's shifting a little bit more towards, as I share more of like Leo and Lane stuff, more as like the entrepreneur role that I have now in my life versus the weddings and events. Let's see, what else do I have here?
Yeah, I would say too, P, like what I see as an outsider of your brand is confidence. Like you exude, we say that all the time too in our team, that you exude confidence. And like that's,
you're very photogenic, which is,
I know, she's so like comfortable in front of the camera. Like,
okay,
so you take great photos.
Thank you. How I was going to end that is that I would say that most of that is true about me, like what I do portray, but I don't think it's not all true all the time. Like my confidence, like thank you, but it's not there a lot of the time. So, but I did want to show you. I had a memory, like, you know, you can look to see like what you posted however many years ago, like through Instagram. And so this is just like, I've been, and you guys are like, oh, you're so good in front of the camera and stuff, which this isn't like a great picture, but so 5 years ago, okay, this was my picture for on social, which you're not going to hardly be able to see. Maybe I'll turn up the brightness a little bit.
Maybe
which like you can't see my
when
face.
I edit the video, I can.
But like I've been like posing for an Instagram photo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like 6 years, you know, like that. I don't know. I think I saw that.
Oh my God, I don't even want to dig up a photo from me 5 years ago and see what I was doing.
That was actually such a great day. I was living in Chicago and we were at this like really fun networking event. And so I was like, oh, take my picture in this chair. And I was like drinking a rosé, you know, like, I don't know.
So cool. See?
Just,
cool, confident, and happy.
I've been doing it for a while, kids. It's been a while.
Cool cats and kittens.
Kayla, what's your brand?
You know, you guys, this is tough. It's very simple, like myself. I mean, you guys know I go on like 3-month spans without posting on Instagram, but I'm trying to be better. Posting just like, I don't know, things I enjoy, places I've gone. Don't write a caption. Captions are 5 words max, maybe an emoji if you're lucky.
I think your brand is like ambitious, especially right now. Like I never saw someone really hone in on their brand like you did when you moved to Nashville. You saw kind of the ability to reset from like small town Michigan girl to like city career focused, like out to live life to its fullest. And I mean, you're doing it. Like you're connecting with people, you're going out with friends you just met weeks ago, like very envious of your lifestyle. But
honestly, the way you were tackling Nashville is like so inspirational, because I think like if I were in your position, I wouldn't be doing half the shit that you're doing. Like going out and just meeting random people for coffee just to like chat. No, there's no way. Like
I would that surprises me from you, P.
I would talk myself. See, that's what I'm saying. Like you guys think like
it's because your brand is like
right.
You got it rubbed in.
But it's not me all the time.
Like I think I have like some minor social anxiety though. And so that's why I'm like
Oh, I definitely
so
do.
impressed with like how you're just like, yeah, I'm going to meet so-and-so for coffee. I'm like, I would have canceled on literally all those people.
I think, I don't know. I mean, I've tried explaining this to you guys. One, I think the phase I'm at in my life, I feel like I'm more confident. Like a few years ago, I was not like this and like whatever. So I think I'm like good with myself and like feel stronger and better and confident. And like also, I don't know anyone here. So like it's like, what do I have to lose? Like I can either go meet random people and if they like me, whatever. There's like 300,000 other people here.
Like, what do you have to
And
lose and you have
like,
everything to gain?
yeah, I mean, and it's just been so cool. Like, I mean, I tell you guys every day, like what happens to me. So
I know,
Like-
you're meeting
Like
awesome
people jumping out at you in bush costumes.
yeah, I mean, so you could have that or
Or you can be sitting on your couch in lowly Michigan.
yeah, I don't know. It definitely, yeah, it's a transition period. I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's definitely, I mean, it's
Outside of
great,
your
but it's
comfort
also
zone.
like hard, but
Yeah.
it's definitely worth it.
That, what are we cheersing to this week?
My walk.
Yes. Cheers to achieving our goals that we have set.
Yes, I love that. In abundance. Cheers.
Abundance. Go do your
Abundance.
freaking manifestations.
Oh yeah, I'll do that tonight.
Do it tonight before the 12th.
For the 12th. Times to
Or you're
talking.
Look it up. Google it. Someone Google it right now.
Send us the TikTok. I
Yeah.
need to see it.
Well, I didn't
All
see
right.
it.
And with that, we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Wait, will it be 2 weeks?
It might be 3 weeks, people.
Holidays.
Stay tuned.
And fucked it up. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.